So now that the dust is settled, all the rage videos have been sent out, and we're now past a month. Battlefront 2 is still going steady, but it's been a rocky road for it. So where does it go from here? Where does the gaming industry go from here? We saw that the microtransactions was a huge controversy of 2017. It raised a lot of eyebrows. It created a divisive fan base, and I guess, depending upon your point of view, rightfully so. It's more so a fight that doesn't involve Battlefront 2. It's bigger than the game itself. It's more so involving an issue of where to draw the line in regards to microtransactions and games. It is very important to understand in this type of situation that this is not a bash video to attack EA or to attack Battlefront 2. It's a video that basically tries to speculate as to where do you go from said movement. If there's a movement in which is being done, there's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's a zenith. Where is the zenith? Moving forward into 2018, you're going to have a lot of games that are relying on microtransactions. A game that relies on loot crates. A game that relies on all these things that will give players either the advantage or things that are exclusive from the real pockets. You have now a clash of generations. These generations have grown up during a time where your accomplishments were through cheat codes, passwords, or basic accomplishments that were done within the game for you to unlock things. Those days are now over. We live in a day and age now where you pay for it out your pocket, where instant gratification is given because of a card with a couple of digits on it and a name. You have a culture war here. You have a battle between people who are in their 20s and 30s who grew up from a different gaming age to people who are 5, 6, 7 to 10 to teenage years that have no recollection of what it's like to grow up in a day and age where you don't have to pay for a game after you paid for the game. And that's where the problem lies. And unfortunately, EA is going to be the flagship of this type of situation. And it's mainly because of their reputation. Throughout the years, they have become a monopoly. They have, if not been physically labeled a monopoly, they have all the symptoms of it, where they buy up game companies, they stop game production and all those types of stuff. Then what they do is they produce a model where they charge you after the game and provide season passes and microtransactions and things such as that. What you saw in 2017 is not so much an anomaly. What you saw is basically a powder keg, and it's been building for years and years and years. It's been building since I was a kid, and it's been finally coming to a head. It came to a head with Battlefront 2. So after the dust settles, after all the rage videos and after all the videos telling you to hate the product and all that stuff goes away and the bandwagons go away, where do we go in the gaming community? Where do the game developers and game makers go when all this stuff settles? That's a very good question, and it's very tricky. It's often subjective as well. Where do these things go? Well, first things first is that as of now, which is late December, heading into January 2018, Battlefront 2 has yet to unleash its microtransactions. You still unlock things through credits and within the game system. Your characters that can be unlocked are within a reasonable range. So you have fixes. And those fixes have come about because of the outcry from the gaming community for Battlefront 2. Now, hopefully next year brings a little bit more variety. Hopefully it brings a little bit more of a option for gamers. But for the time being, it's hard for you to not ignore that backlash led to the change in this game, and often wonder where it could have been if not for that. okay? But as we know, life doesn't work in what ifs. It works in actuality. And the actuality is that the whole dynamic of this game has changed. What does that do for other games that are in the same type of situation? What does that do for games like 2K? That every single year that game comes out, it's the same thing. And the only thing that changes is that less ability for you to grind it out to make your character better, and more of you taking the easy way out to pay for it with your pocket. It's a battle of logic. It's a battle of priorities. It's a battle of money. As long as gamers are going to participate in microtransactions and participate in buying things for instant gratification rather than the old classical way of grinding them out, these game companies are still going to do it. Now, there's a slim possibility if people stop doing it, would they still put it in the games? Yes, because to be honest, there's a sucker born every single second. And if you're not aware, you should check your wallet. Companies are going to have to start walking on eggshells, because if you have a backlash like what was seen with Battlefront 2 with a Call of Duty title or anything like that, it's going to raise concerns. Exactly how far do you go to making extra money for a game? How far do you go? Where's the logic? You have limited edition games that come out and they're astronomical prices. You know, these are not like $50. They're 70, 80, 90, up to 100 for a game that doesn't come with the full game. Exclusive editions, limited editions, and all these types of things that come. What's the significance of it? If you have to turn right around and buy a season pass or go get this and go get that, shouldn't that come with the exclusive games? Game companies are going to have to reevaluate their style of business because of what was seen with this reaction to Battlefront 2 and its microtransactions. Now, I'm in a camp of enjoying a game for what it's worth. I've gotten older and basically I don't have the time to rage post online or make videos that much anymore. But I will say that it's not hard. It's not hard to pay attention to your culture climate that's going on with gaming, and how you have a clash between two generations of people who don't mind paying for a game after buying it, and people who basically are putting their foot down and opposing those types of things. It's going to be an interesting year in 2018 in regards for gaming, because where do you go? How do games now change their strategies when they know customers have the power to voice their opinions and to basically force the hand of said company that they purchase things from? It's the only way in which you can actually be heard and be understood is give your opinion and give your look and give your view. At the end of the day, they need your money. And if they're losing thousands and they're losing millions or billions, they gotta start paying attention. Now, because of this fiasco with microtransactions, EA lost a lot of money in the stocks. Stocks went down because of the lack of DLC, of microtransactions. Their biggest bulk is within microtransactions. Now, where are they going to get that money from? And a lot of people asked that question before. If you don't have season passes, where are you going to get the money from? It's a very interesting aspect. Can it be answered today? Probably not. Hopefully tomorrow. The road ahead, it's got a lot of exits. Hopefully these companies will take the right one.